Morning. Happy Sabbath to all. Let's just bow our heads as we start our Sabbath school. Thank you, Father, for such a lovely, bright, sunny Sabbath morning. Thank you that we can come into your sanctuary and worship you. Be with us now, I pray, in your name. Amen. Well, this morning, we've got a special guest. I've only met him a few minutes ago. But he's got a unique connection with Vanuatu. He was... Joel, would you like to come forward?
It's all right if you don't know anything about them.
No. Joel was, I heard, built the first school building, or went on the team that built the first school building that Mark's got over there, the big double classroom that Logan Reserve is going to duplicate. And that was about 5 years ago.
Was it 2001? 2020 was it? Yeah.
4 years ago. And they had some interesting times just as COVID started, and they got stuck over there, I'm told.
Yeah.
So
Dora's going to tell you about that.
I won't waste your time, but jump into it and tell us the full story.
Okay, yeah, thank you for inviting us here to share. So I got invited to go over to Vanuatu quite a long time ago, and I spent 2 years there as a missionary. So the island of Gower, if you can look up there on the map, I circled it at the top. So Port Vila is the capital, and so they're quite a long way. I'm assuming that who here is actually going on the trip over to Vanuatu? Yeah? So I assume that you'll probably land in Loganville. You can see on Espiritu Santo there. And then you'll do a short flight over to Gower. But it's a beautiful island in the Banks Islands, and you can see the island here. It's a unique island. It has a volcano. It has a lake. And I've hiked up to that lake and swam in the lake. It's got a beautiful waterfall. It's a beautiful island, and there's beautiful people there. But the important thing about mission is to have an entering wedge. If you want to take the gospel to a people group, you need to be able to break down prejudices. So there are a lot of prejudices towards Seventh-day Adventist in some of these islands in the north. So there are different churches. I think maybe Presbyterian is one of the biggest churches there. And if you don't have an entering wedge, you can't reach the people. You can't just go there and build a church and say, come to my church. Literally, people have tried that in some of the northern islands, and they've been kicked off the island. So if you want to reach them, you need to have an entering wedge. So I don't know which one I'm supposed to press here. The top one? Oh, there we go.
I think it's that one.
That one. Okay, let's see if this works. Oh, there we go. It's working. Okay, so this is how, I just want to share with you a little bit how their ministry works so you can understand what you're supporting. Because it's not just about building a school classroom, it's that you are supporting an effective ministry. So this is the areas that they are able to impact the community there. So they have the medical ministry, which ties in with the health education and the mission aviation. They work together. And then they have the school that they established on the island. So it's a school that this ministry has raised up, but it's officially a Seventh-day Adventist school. And all those ministries work together for planting churches and discipleship and reaching people and breaking down the barriers. So let's just have a look here. So this is Mark's first plane. And this plane's not in action at the moment because the cyclone took it out. But this is the original bush plane that he used to fly into the islands. So if you're going to travel in the islands around there, you need to have a plane. To travel by boat is very hard, and pretty much nearly everyone travels by commercial aircraft. So Mark is able to fly into the different islands. This is his hangar, and you can see the little building to the left, that's his medical clinic. And so he uses his bush plane to go out to the different islands. And you can see here, this is the island of Merilava. And basically this island just looks like this. There was really nowhere to build an airstrip. And no plane had ever landed on this island, but the people there wanted his services so bad that they actually built their own airstrip. And his plane was the only plane that has ever landed on this island. You can see how small it is. It's only the width of his wings. And I never landed on that island, and I never want to land on that island. So he goes there to all of the islands in the northern provinces, and he picks up patients. Some of them are very critical, and the ones that he can treat or operate on, he will. Otherwise, he will send them off to another hospital. So when I was there, I was able to help out with the medical work with my building skills. So that's me in the background, and Scotty. We were there, and we were helping to build this. This is a patient house. It's been a long time finished by now. And so that's what it looks like. And that just allows patients to have a place to stay when they come there and wait for their treatment or whatever they need. And that's their kitchen that we built for them. And it seems very simple, but they're just so happy to have that. They were actually quite surprised. This is like high tech for them. And yeah, so the local people will actually bring food to the clinic and their patient house so that they can have food. There's no shop there. You don't go down to your Coles or your Woolworths, buy food for the patient. So local people bring from their own gardens and supply. So that medical work is really an important part of their ministry, because not only are they helping people, but they're breaking down prejudices, and that allows them to share the gospel. Actually, in the clinic, in the patient house here, I used to have Bible studies. So there's people there from different places, different religions, and I would just go there and say, do you want to have a Bible study? And every time they would have a Bible study, they got nothing else to do there. And so I had a lot of success just giving Bible studies there. There's usually at least one person that would be very interested, and we would continue Bible studies. And the next entering wedge they have is education. So they started this school here. You can see the Seventh-day Adventist sign there. It's officially a Seventh-day Adventist school. And this is basically what you guys are going to be working towards. You're going to be building something like this. So this is the one that we actually built back in 2021. Unfortunately, because of COVID, we were interrupted, and Dora's going to share a little bit more about that. We weren't able to finish the building, but Ben and the students were able to finish it off. So that one's looking quite nice, but that was not actually their first. They've got 2 other school buildings. But it's a beautiful place. They've got the school in a beautiful location. It's a little paradise there. And they have many students coming from the community. So it is a very successful school, and it has a great reputation in the community, has probably the highest standard of any of the schools on the island. And I believe that when I was there, I don't know what, the statistics now, but when I was there, I think they were getting 100% passing rate from they have to pass a national exam to get into the high school, and they were getting 100% passing rate. So it was really incredible. So they have a wonderful standard. And I was able to, also they have like a vocational school. So not only offering academic, but also other skills the students can learn. This is Dominic. He's been there for many, many years, and he helps out now in helping run the vocational school with Ben there. So I also got to get into the classroom, and that was fun. I'm not a teacher, but I taught math, I taught English, and the students were just really wonderful. It's always fun to teach in the islands, and great kids. And this oh, whoops, I put it the wrong way. Okay. And also we would teach them practical skills also. So they're helping in maintaining the classroom, and got the girls doing the hard work, the guys doing the easy work. That's the way it works in the islands. The girls do all the hard work. So they're getting the materials for doing the blocks for whatever building we were doing at the time. It's very difficult to do building over there. And then the benefits that you receive from having these entering wedges, is that it benefits the church. I don't know what program they had this day, but the church is so full. You can see that there's literally no space anywhere. All the way out the door, it's packed. And a lot of students come here, and they can get Bible studies. I had a class that I was giving Bible studies to when I was there for 2 years. And at the end of that, we were able to have some baptisms. So here's an example of the little baptismal font that they have near the church. And many of the students that come from different communities there, different religions, they learn about our message, and they can go through this system, and we're seeing baptisms there. So I'm so happy that you're supporting this project, and I really pray that you'll have a blessed time there and be able to support them and get your building finished and not interrupted by COVID like ours was. Okay, Dora, would you like to come and continue?
Sure. Happy Sabbath, church. Yeah, so in late 2019, Joel and Mildred, his wife, invited us to join their group. So it was a very, very interesting thing. This is the welcome that you receive when you go to an island. This is myself and my family, and it's really excited because when you go there, not always you receive a welcome like this, and it's really something. It's difficult to explain it, but when you receive that welcome, you feel like not only between you and God, but between you and people, you are at home. And yeah, when we were there, we preached the old word of God to the people, and as Joel mentioned, the church is always packed because of the impact of the school, the impact of the clinic, the impact that Dr. Mark does on the island, and not only on the island, but all around. Actually, when COVID hit, all the not only international but national flights were canceled, and Dr. Mark was the only pilot to fly, the only plane that was allowed to fly on that time. Yeah, so this is the highway going to the church and coming from. So yeah, basically this is the road. Because a good thing is that you very rarely see a car there on the island, and so it's really native. As Joel mentioned, the school is really, you see here, if we don't have AC in the class, oh, it's too hot, but there, no one complains about anything. And it's amazing that everyone is happy with what they have. So we have to learn when, it's a really good thing to do, to be involved in a mission thing. In any, whatever the Lord put in your heart, go there, support financially, and go yourself and try. And as Nathaniel was invited, come and see how the Lord is good, because the Lord can work through you. And when you see those kids like being happy with the little they have, like it puts you a bit to shame, no? Yeah, so this is the view from the from house, I guess, where I'm not sure who is going from here, but where we are located, this is the little bay where we are swimming sometime, and the water is really nice, and the corals are really amazing corals. I don't know where to. Okay, yeah. In the way from Gawa to the island, to the main island, Port Vila. So while we were there, we were supposed to stay 3 weeks. And after 2 weeks, we receive the notice in the island that COVID hit, everything is canceled, and tomorrow is the last flight from Port Vila to Australia, to Brisbane. We said, okay, we have to go. We called to Port Vila. They said, today is a flight, the last flight coming from Gower Island, where we are located, and the project is, to Port Vila. So we packed quick, we went to the airport, and the plane was full. The good thing is that the Lord is working in the heart of the people, because they said, okay, you have to go. So 9 of them, because we are nine of us in our group, including children, they stepped down, and us, we went in. We took their place in, because it was only a 20-seater plane, a small plane. And nice location. And this is a very, very nice market where you go. Caleb, my son, was there in the market, and with my wife doing some shopping. It's very interesting because the taste of the fruit, I'm telling you that I had never eaten good papaya like on this island. A local, one of the parents brought us a big papaya like this. I never seen such a big size, and it was the sweetest papaya I ever eaten. Okay, because the COVID hit, COVID, there were no cases at all on the island. No one was infected, but they have to surrender, put their head down, and submit to the restriction that was everywhere. So they said, okay, tomorrow they announced it, no more market, no more food. So that was the market when we were going to buy food. When next day, when the market's supposed to close, I went there earlier because the market was closing about 5, and so I went about 2 o'clock. And when I went there was no more people selling anything. Like 1 or 2 there selling a few more things. And I said, wow, we were 9 of us. We needed food, so I just find a branch of banana, and a part of that, I saw this big pile of what does it look like? Rubbish. Okay, in that pile of rubbish, a part of that branch of banana that I bought, all those fruits, almost all the fruits that you see there were on that pile of rubbish. Because the locals were forced to leave everything and go. I was looking at those fruits. This is good. This is good. This is good. So I filled up all those boxes, and while I was there, the manager of the market saw me and said, "Well, what are you doing here?" So I explained that we are what we are doing in Vanuatu. We came to build and help a project, and then he called me to the office, and then he gave us more veggies, and for free, of course, and they took us even to the hotel with a free transport. There are many things to say, but 4 times we went to the airport to come to Australia, because tomorrow, okay, no, today is canceled, come back. So 2 and 4. So we didn't have enough. We were like very confused when will be the day of going home, because we are anxious to go home, no? With all those restrictions. But at the end, we went to the airport and they said, actually, Australia and China, they are not very good friends, no? So this airplane was on the air going around and around because a Chinese plane didn't want to leave the ice strip. And they said, we don't have time, we have to go back to Australia, come back tomorrow. The embassy in Vanuatu put us in the hotel. In the morning, this is John chapter 14, verse 1. Let not your heart be troubled, you believe in God, believe also in me. And when I opened the Bible, I read this promise, and the Lord put peace in my heart, and I said to my family, today we are going home. So that was the true fact that on that day we were allowed to go home. and they put us in this plane, free return. But the blessing is that the Lord used any opportunity to take us home, because there was a cyclone that smashed one of the biggest island, Santo, and Vanuatu asked for help from Australia. Australia delivered the help with this plane, and that plane was our return home. For almost a year and a half to 2 years, I think, there were no flights, commercial flights between Vanuatu and Australia. So this is our story in Vanuatu. There are lots of things to say, but the thing is that if the Lord calls you to do mission, to help someone, don't close your heart. Don't close your hands. Put deep in your pocket, and because everything we have is from the Lord. That's not ours. And there are people there that cry and thirst after knowing the Lord. And you are the channel to do that. God bless.
Well, that's quite a story. Hopefully our team won't be coming home in a plane like that. But God bless you. We're now going to call on the deacons to come forward and bring our mission offering. Thank you.